Hey everyone, it's Nate from Made Great by Nate LLC, and I am so excited to start my new travel vlog where I'm going to be taking you along with me on my journeys across the world. In this series, I'm showing you my impressions of the things that I did, including what I would and wouldn't do again, and give you some tips along the way in case you plan to go yourself. First up on my journey, Rome, Italy. Rome, Italy is a vibrant city where ancient history and modern life intertwine, home to iconic landmarks like the Colosseum, the Pantheon, and the Vatican City. As the capital of Italy, it offers a rich tapestry of art, architecture, and culture shaped over millennia. First things first, if you're planning to head to any of these attractions, be sure you book your tickets in advance. There are people coming here from all over the world and the lines are ridiculously long. So you're going to be waiting there for hours unless you book your tickets in advance and you can get in much quicker. First up is the Colosseum, an iconic ancient Roman amphitheater known for its grand architecture, gladiator battles, and status as a top historic attraction in Italy. There are different types of tickets that you can get if you want to go to the Colosseum. The main one puts you on the arena floor, and then you can pay a little bit extra to go underground where the slaves and the animals would be kept, or you can go to the penthouses. Now, I did not get to it early enough, so I was just on the arena floor, and you go through about 6 lines of security, and once you get in on this little area, and of course there's a bunch of people there, so you have to make your way to the front to take your picture, and it's amazing when you see it. I mean, you see the entire amphitheater around you, but then you can't really move anywhere. So at first I was a little bit confused and thought, is this all I'm going to see? And I was even a little bit disappointed by that. But then once you make your way toward the exit, you can actually see much more. You can look down and you get a great view of the underground, and I was really amazed by that and how well kept it still is. And then once you make the way towards the exit, that's where the gift shop is. So would I do it again? 100% yes. After exploring the iconic Colosseum and its legendary gladiator history, let's head over to another must-see landmark in Rome, the Pantheon, a stunning example of ancient Roman architecture and one of the best preserved historical sites in Italy. The Pantheon is a marvel of ancient Roman engineering, renowned for its massive dome roof, perfectly preserved architecture, and role as a former temple to all the gods. Fortunately, I never got to go inside the Pantheon. The line was very long anytime I went by it, and when I tried to get tickets from the website, it was down. And from what I understand, that's a pretty common occurrence. So I can't say for what it looks like on the inside, but I did find myself hanging out there quite a bit. There's a fountain right out front, and those steps are great for enjoying something like gelato or lemon sorbet. After taking in the breathtaking architecture of the Pantheon, our Roman journey continues just a short walk away at Piazza Navona, where we'll explore the stunning Sant'Agnese in Agone, a masterpiece of Baroque design and one of the most historically rich churches in Rome. This piazza isn't mentioned much, but you really shouldn't skip it because it is just so neat to see the fountain that is there and the sculptures around it. And then you go inside the church and it is gorgeous on the inside. It's got to be one of the most beautiful churches I've ever seen. You look up and you see this massive dome and a beautiful fresco on the inside. I went back more than once because I was just stunned at its beauty. After soaking in the Baroque beauty of Piazza Navona and the stunning Sant'Agnese in Agone, we're heading to another one of Rome's most iconic attractions, the Spanish Steps, a grand staircase that blends history, art, and panoramic views in the heart of the Eternal City. Spanish Steps are absolutely beautiful. It does take a lot of time to walk to the top of them though, especially in the heat, so be forewarned. And fun fact, you cannot sit on the steps. If you do sit on the steps, you can actually be fined, and yes, there are police officers there. They will blow their whistle. That being said, I saw probably about 50 people actually sitting on the steps, so I don't know how well enforced it is, but I don't think I'd risk it if I were you. After taking in the elegant charm and sweeping views from the Spanish Steps, it's time to visit one of the most famous landmarks in Rome, the Trevi Fountain, a Baroque masterpiece where tossing a coin is said to guarantee your return to the Eternal City. We've all seen Trevi Fountain, right? You've seen it on Screensaver, you've seen it in movies, you've likely seen it somewhere. What surprised me most about it was how big it was. I was expecting it to be small to maybe medium size, but it is massive, as are the crowds of people around it. So the best time to go to it is early morning or late night, but to actually get down there by the fountain, there are steps that lead down. Don't expect to get there quickly. I didn't even bother with it. I still got great pictures even without doing that, but it's definitely worth a visit. After experiencing the magic of the Trevi Fountain and making a wish for our return to Rome, we're heading toward the majestic Castel Sant'Angelo. Originally built as a mausoleum for Emperor Hadrian, later transformed into a fortress, papal residence, and now one of the city's most fascinating historical landmarks overlooking the Tiber River. Visiting this castle was on my list of things to do if I had time, and I'm glad I did have time. It was neat going through it. It was very medieval looking, and when you go to the top, you have some of the best views of Rome that I had. So I'm really glad I got to go up there. You can see St. Peter's Basilica, you can see the Tiber River, and then right out front there's a bridge that has statues of angels lining either side of it, and that is really neat to see. After exploring the towering history of Castel Sant'Angelo and its panoramic views of the Tiber, we're diving even deeper into ancient Rome as we make our way to the Roman Forum, the once bustling center of political, religious, and commercial life in the Roman Empire, filled with incredible ruins that bring the past back to life. The Roman Forum is definitely one of the most significant sites in Rome because it was where all of the political pronouncements were, it's where you would gather for social events, and it's also one of the rumored locations of Julius Caesar's assassination on the Ides of March. When I went there, I had mixed feelings about it, and the reason is, while the ruins are very cool, the park is so large and there are so many things to see there that I got quickly turned around and I had no idea what I had seen, what I hadn't seen yet, and it was just very overwhelming for me. I would still go there again. In fact, I would go there again, maybe do a little bit more research beforehand, just so I knew what I was seeing. But aside from that, it was not my favorite thing. After walking through the powerful ruins of the Roman Forum, we continue our journey through ancient Rome with a visit to Trajan's Market, the world's oldest known shopping mall and a remarkable example of imperial Roman architecture and urban planning. Trajan's Market comes on you pretty unexpectedly. It's right across the street from the Colosseum, and it's this big hole in the ground with a bunch of ruins. And the ruins are very well preserved, the rooms are as well, but what I really liked was the tile that is still intact in one of these rooms. This just scratches the surface of some of the things there are to see in Rome. You really need a few days to see it all, and even if you do go for a few days, you're still not going to see it all. But do you notice I left out one big obvious attraction? That would be St. Peter's Basilica and the Vatican. Well, don't worry, I'll cover that coming up in another video. Hope you've enjoyed. There's plenty more to come.